Hey guys, I'm Raina, Paleo and health and fitness tips. So since I've seriously butchered that about 500 times now, I guess I'll just briefly address why I'm deciding to change my intro. I want to say about maybe 2.5 months ago, I watched that Netflix documentary Game Changers, which just discussed various athletes who were either plant-based or vegan. And I'm sorry, but I have to say, I do believe there were a few sneaky fallacies in there, mainly pertaining to micronutrients like vitamin C, for instance, and I can easily chop that up just because I think that they were basing it off of the standard American diet where organ proteins are not as heavily consumed as they would be in something like the Mediterranean diet. Who died and made me the all-knowing health god? Exactly, nobody. And I decided to try it because these athletes were doing things that I could only dream of. So I went plant-based for a month and a week exactly. I was only gonna go for a month, but I ended up enjoying it so much that I went further. And what I noticed was that my physical stature did not change at all. My blood levels were still superb. I was still performing in the gym as if I were paleo. And like the greatest thing of all is I opened up my fridge, my pantry, my taste buds, my recipe box to things that I would have never otherwise, just because they're prohibited on the paleo diet. Well, it kind of just brought to my attention how dogmatic and closed-minded I was when it came to health. And something John articulated so well to me that I'm always trying to express, our brains have gotten so smart that we don't even listen to our body. Basically what he meant by that was that we get so much knowledge thrown at us and usually conflicting, we let that cloud the judgment of our own body's wants, desires, and needs. In short, what I'm trying to say is I don't want you guys to be alarmed if you happen to see legumes or soy or even rice noodles on my channel in the future. Anyways, let's hop into the recipes. They do happen to be paleo today. There's a whole lot of fish in there, so that's definitely not vegan, and that's it.
For the first seafood plate, we're going to make salmon skewers. So I'm starting off with the glaze so I can marinate the salmon while we prep the rest of the ingredients for this recipe. As you can see, I like things extra garlicky, extra spicy, extra salty, meaning just use my measurements as a gauge in order to make it palatable for you. Guys, I am so not joking when I say that meat scissors, or whatever they're called, have been the most life-changing kitchen purchase of my life. Seriously, so great for managing time. Anyways, you want to cube these suckers as evenly as possible for optimal cooking results. Lightly salt and pepper, pour your glaze over, and let it sit in the fridge to marinate for about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm using asparagus for my veggies, so cut off the gross stringy bits, steam them, and then cut them in half. From here, the rest is pretty self-explanatory. You just alternate your veggies and your salmon on the skewer. If you're working with a cast iron skillet, just be sure to heat up the pan first. Don't do what I did. I just did this for video purposes. You're welcome. And yep, that's my This Is Tasty dance. Next, on to the shrimp sausage bites. Salt, pepper, and a squeeze of lemon, and you're done with the shrimp. I really wish I kept the packaging, but that's just an uncured pre-cooked sausage. Otherwise, you'll have cooked shrimp, but raw sausage. Not tasty. So the reason I went so bland with the seasonings is because it's all about the dipping sauce. So the base of the Cajun sauce we're making today is just an aioli. And I'm really sorry to break it to any mayo haters out there, but aioli is literally just garlic with mayonnaise. It looks like I just forgot a few ingredients along the way here, but you can literally just throw everything in the cup and emulsify everything together. Save what you don't use in the fridge and be sure to check on your sausage shrimp bites. And hopefully you like Thousand Island, because you'll probably like this Cajun dipping sauce as well, just because they have about like the same mayo-y flavor. yeah, and this sauce tastes great with sweet potato fries. For the Poké Bowl, I'm using cauli rice. You can use quinoa or even regular rice. This is just a marinade for the sushi grade fish. Full disclosure, I was honestly trying to make poke wraps, but I ended up cutting off way too much of the root when I was cutting the butter lettuce, which just turned into a regular Poke Bowl. For the sides, you can really go with whatever. These are just some suggestions. I chose sushi grade tuna, salmon, and fish eggs. Honestly guys, I don't know what's the importance of sushi grade. However, it sounds healthier, it sounds safer, so I really just recommend the safer route. Obviously, this part is optional because not everyone likes spicy. I, on the other hand, am obsessed with anything spicy. You can use Siracha. I just hate the way it crystallizes on top of the sushi when you put it in the fridge. Just a suggestion. Next, pour your marinade, but you don't need to let it marinate for too long. I mean, it is raw fish. And voila, the bougiest party catering brought to you by Rain from Rainbow Weekly.
While in the practice of unveiling some things, I guess I might as well say that I definitely made this video during the summer, but while I was thumbing through my computer, I was like, why haven't I posted this yet? I feel like seafood can be extremely intimidating to make, and it shouldn't be. Due to the permeability of seafood, I feel like marinating and cooking almost always takes less than an hour. I think you guys should try these recipes because they're tasty and you can go impress somebody with them. I mean, I think they're fancy, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, no hard feelings. Comment down below some paleo and health tips you'd be interested in instead. Health and fitness tips. I meant health and fitness tips.